professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, NIT Jaipur. So, welcome you to this lecture topic. Today's lecture topic is analysis of variance. It is known as ANOVA. So now we are going to start one new topic under this online faculty development program on data analytics. So first of all, today in today lecture, these are basic fundamentals about the ANOVA. What are the procedure of ANOVA to calculate the F test value, and which methods, and one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. So, do you know which test should be used to determine whether there is any statistically significant difference between the means of three or more groups? So we know that our answer is ANOVA. So ANOVA is the analysis of variance. The short form of ANOVA. First two letters, this letter and this is the ANOVA. So it is used to determine whether there is any statistical significant difference between the means of three or more independent variables, independent groups. So basically, ANOVA is really a set of analytical procedure based on comparison of two estimates of variance. One estimate comes from differences among scores within each group. This estimate is considered random or error variance. The second estimate comes from differences in group means and is considered a reflection of group differences or treatment effects that and plus error. So if these two estimates of variance do not differ appreciably, one concludes that all of the group means come from the same sampling distribution. It is important, same sampling distribution of means, and that the slight differences among them are due to random error. If, on the other hand, the group means differ more than expected, it is concluded that they were drawn from different sampling distribution of means, and the null hypothesis that the means are the same is rejected. So differences among variances are evaluated as a ratio that is called F ratio. So where the variance associated with differences among sample means is in the numerator and the variance associated with error is in the denominator for the F ratio calculation. The ratio between these two variances from an F distribution changes shape depending on degree of freedom in both numerator and denominator of the F ratio. So it is clear. ANOVA and t-test, the basic comparison between t-test and ANOVA, which method is more appropriate as compared of both. So three or more means comparison by t-test or ANOVA. So we will discuss one by one. Why not apply t-test to compare many groups? Then we will use the ANOVA. So we can see in this slide, there is need to many t-test. If we applying t-test for many groups, so then apply the many t-test to compare all groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. So the reason is, if number of groups, that is K. Then we have applied to K in bracket K minus 1 divided by 2 times T test the differences. So we can see in this slide, in this slide, 3 K is 3, group 1, group 2, group 3. So 3 groups are there. So how many tests, T test to test differences? It means, so for example, if K is 6, that means 6 times T test to test the differences to compare the or groups. So hence T test is more time consuming as compared to ANOVA. Second point is, every time you conduct T test, there is a chance that you will be make type first error. So apply T test single time, that is 5% error. Apply T test 2 times, so 10% error approximate. Apply T test 3 times, 15% error approximate. So in ANOVA control these errors so that the type first error remains at 5% by using of ANOVA method. And you can be more confident that any statistically significant results you find is not just running lots of tests. And third reason is, t-test evaluate only variance between groups. Variance between groups, but ANOVA evaluate both between the groups and between the groups and within the groups. So it is very useful on our test for the more than 3 or groups. So this is the reason ANOVA test is more appropriate and time saving as compared to t-test. Now ANOVA. So now start ANOVA, a key statistical test in research fields including biology, economical and psychological. Analysis of variance is very useful for analyzing data sets, different data set, different observations. It allows comparisons to be made between 3 or more groups of data. So
Sir, unable to see your PPT, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Unable to.
Yeah. Second reason is the for t-test for ANOVA as compared to t-test. So every time you conduct t-test, t-test, there is a chance that we will be type first error. So applying t-test 1 time, that means 5% error. Applying t-test 2 times, 10% error approximate. Then t-test 3 times, 15% error approximate. So third reason is, t-test evaluate only the variance between groups. So but ANOVA evaluates both between and within variance and calculates it ratio. So the benefit of ANOVA, the calculate and evaluate the between and within the groups and variance within the groups. So that is the benefit of ANOVA as compared to t-test. So now ANOVA, so start ANOVA slide. So a key statistical test in research fields including biological and psychological is very useful for analyzing data sets, for any data sets. So now slide number 9 is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the basic introduction about the ANOVA. ANOVA was developed by R.A. Fisher in 1920 and also known as F test. F test is the first letter of surname Fisher. So it is called F test. So ANOVA calculated by F table. So which is based on F distribution. It compares the means between the groups and determine whether any of those means are statistically significantly different from each other. It determines whether all groups are taken from common population. So ANOVA is the ratio between the mean sum of squares between M SSB, that is the mean sum of square, and mean sum of square within groups, between the groups and within the groups. This is the mathematical formula. So F equal to MSSB divided by MSSW. So variance for within groups and variance of within groups is denominator, and variance of between the groups that is numerator. The variation among the observation of each specific group is called internal variation, and the totality of the internal variation is called variability within groups. The totality of variation from one group to another, it means variation due to groups, is called variability between groups. So this is the just basic examples for understanding what is the variance between groups and what are the variance within groups. So we can see in this slide there are 3 groups: group 1, group 2, group 3. So ANOVA variance between the groups: group 1 and 2, group 2 and 3, and group 3 and 1, as well as variance within groups also. So we can see in this variance, find out the within the groups, but in t-test variance between the groups. So actually the ANOVA is based on the hypothesis. So these are the important for ANOVA. So it tests the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis H naught, denoted by H naught. There is a no significant difference between the means of all groups, but conditions are all groups are same. That means means are equal. So H naught means mu1 equal to mu2 and so on. Here mu is mean of group and k is the number of groups. And alternative hypothesis HA, there are at least 2 group means that are statistically significantly different from each other. So we will solve one solved problem and then check null hypothesis is rejected or accepted. So before solving the problem, so the basic idea about the one-way ANOVA. So a one-way ANOVA is a type of statistical test that compares the variance in the group means within a sample whilst considering only one independent variable or factor. It is a hypothesis based. ANOVA is the hypothesis based, means that it aims to evaluate multiple mutually exclusive theories about our data before we can generate a hypothesis. We need to have a question about our data that we want an answer to. For example, uh, for example, adventures researcher studying a population of walruses might ask, do our walruses wait more in early or late mating season? Here, the independent variable or factor, the two terms mean the same thing, is what is the month of mating season. So in an ANOVA, our independent variables are organized in categorical group. For example, if the researcher look at walrus weight in January, December, January, February, March, there would be 4 months analyzed, and therefore 4 groups to be analysis. A one-way ANOVA compares 3 or more than 3 categorical group to establish whether there is a difference between them. Within each group, there should be 3 or more observation. Here, this means walruses, and the means of the samples are compared. So, for one-way ANOVA, for in this case, walruses. So these are the hypothesis design. So in one-way ANOVA, there are 2 possible hypotheses. Null hypothesis is that there is no difference between the groups and equality between means. Walruses weight the same in different months. If this is acceptable, this is the non. And alternative hypothesis HA or H1 is that there is a difference in the means and groups. Walruses have different weight in different months. So it may be null hypothesis accepted or rejected. So it is based on the our observation data. It is based on the data set of study. So this is the example. Now these are the assumptions for one-way ANOVA. So first is random selection. So samples are randomly selected. Second is normality. The independent variable should be normally distributed. Third is homogeneity of variance. All subpopulation have the same variance. And last is additivity. Total variance should be equal to sum of between variance and within variance. So these are the assumptions for find out the F value for one-way ANOVA test. Now this is the table, one-way ANOVA table. F value. So this is the standard table for find out the F value manually. Nowadays, various softwares are available in market, and some softwares may be freeware. So they are solving ANOVA one way or two way by software. But how calculate one-way ANOVA F test value by using by manually? So this is the procedure of ANOVA one way. So this is the table. This is the summary table for one way. So we can see in this table, first column shows the source of variation, second column degree of freedom, third is sum of square, and fourth is mean sum of square, and last is calculated F value. And finally, we using standard F tabulated value for F. So tabulated value F at 5% and 1% level available. So, but before comparison, tabulated value and calculated value, first find out the calculated value. So this is the formula. F calculated F is the F ratio equal to mean of sum of square between the groups divided by mean sum of square within groups. So how calculated numerator of F ratio and how calculated denominator of F ratio. So for MSSB means sum of square between groups, that is the ratio of SSB divided by K minus 1. SSB sum of square between groups, SSW sum of square within groups. And here K is the number of groups. K is the number of groups and N is the number of observations, sample, number of data set. And total is N minus 1 and TSS is total sum of square. So find out the calculated F value. So before find out the degree of freedom for between groups, degree of freedom for within groups, and find out the SSB, find out the SSW, then find out the MSSB and find out the MSSW, and finally it is the numerator and it is the denominator. The ratio is the calculated F value. So after the calculated F value, we find out the F value from table. So we find out from the table. First of all, find out the F and two degree of freedom. First is degree of freedom between groups and degree of freedom within groups. Then find out from the table. So for example, this is the one example, random example. If degree of freedom for between groups 2 and degree of freedom within groups is 14, that is the tabulated value is 5.78 at the 5% level. So here F is F ratio, means degree for variance between groups, and 14 means degree for variance within groups. And this is the F value, and P is P value at the 5%. In market, 0.01% level also available F table. Now, this is the solved example for explaining how to calculate, how to find out the F value using one-way ANOVA method. So in this is the example. For example, an experiment is conducted to study the effectiveness of 3 methods. Lecture. Here 3 groups, group 1, group 2, group 3. So first method is lecture, second is according question answers, and third technique is student go to library, then study in the library method. So question answers, library method, and in each group 4 students assigned randomly. So in the first group 4 students, second group 4 students, and third 4 students. And The obtained scores are given in this table. First student get 4 marks, second student get 5 marks, and so on. So, is there, according to this question, is there significant difference among three methods of teaching? Three methods are lecture method, question answer method, and last is library method. So, which more appropriate? So now we solve one by one. So this is the steps of one-way ANOVA. So first of all, the procedure of one-way ANOVA. First step is we will find out the correction factor, capital C. Second step is sum of square, SST, and after that between sum of square SSB, then in sum of square SSW. So the sum of SSB and SSW is equal to sum of SST, the total sum of. So SST equal to SSB plus SSW. And after that, draw our one-way ANOVA table. After that, find out the degree of freedom, and finally mean sum of square MSS. And finally, find out the F ratio. And last step is interpretation. Interpretation is very important for one-way ANOVA or as well as two-way ANOVA, because it is based on the your hypothesis is rejected or accepted. So this is very basic steps. So first of all, find out the correction factor C. So according to our problem, we have three groups: group 1, group 2, group 3, and that means three teaching methods. First is lecture teaching method. Second, question answer. Third is library. So find out the first C. So formula is summation of x all square by capital N. Capital N is total number of observations. So we can see in this table, three groups are there, and all groups having 5 observations, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means total N equal to 12. So and summation of x, so this plus this plus this plus this plus, that is the 54, and whole square 54 is the this is the simple calculation for find out the C, that is the 261.1. So 261.33. And second step is find out the sum of square for total. So according this formula, this is the formula: SST equal to summation of xi whole square. So in this method, first of all, we find out the x square for all groups for all observations. So this is the 16, 25, 1, 4, and so on. And after that, summation of all samples, square of samples, and that is the result is 372 minus 261.33. 26.1 is the x. Oh, sorry, C, and result is 110.67. So now third step is between sum of square SSB or sum of square between groups. So we can see in this PPT. So this is the formula you can see here. So summation of x for each group whole square, and this plus this divided by n. N is the small n is the number of observation for each group. In this case, all number observation numbers for all groups are same. So this divided by this divided by this divided by this, we LCM just n. Right? Different, that is no issue. Then individually, this divided by that number and that number and that number, then 8. So final result is 350 minus 261, and we get result SSB equal to 88.67. Now next, step 4, within sum of square SSW, sum of square within groups, and we know that SST equal to SSB plus SSW. So we find out the SSW, that is the formula is SST minus SSB. So we get already value for SST, that is the 110.67, and SSB is 88 point. So our result is 22. Now next step is draw the one-way table. So one-way table, that is the one-way table. So first column shows the source of variation, second degree of freedom, third SS sum of square, third next mean of sum of square, and finally calculated F value. So we know that K is the number of groups. So in our problem, the number of groups are 3. 3 teaching methods: first lecture, second question answer, third library. So 3 minus 1, that is 2. So degree of freedom between groups is 2. Within groups, n minus k. K is the number of groups, n is total number of observations, total number of data sample. So in our problems, total number 4 plus 4 plus 4 equal to 12. Total samples are 12, and k is 3. That is degree of freedom within groups are is 9 and 11. SS sum of square. So sum of square between groups, sum of square within groups. So these values already find out. And now MSSV. So this divided by this divided by this, and this divided by this. So this divided by this, and this divided by this. So we get these values for MSS, mean sum of square for between groups and mean sum of square within groups. Now, so we have already discussed in previous slide. So degree of freedom between group, that is 2. Degree of freedom within groups 9, and is number of groups. Capital N is total number of observations or samples or data. So these values we already calculated according with the help of formulas. Now this is, so this divided by this divided by this, we get this value and this value. Now table number 7 means sum of square. So find out this value and this value. So mean sum of square is 43.3 between groups, and 2.44. So now we find out the F value, F ratio. We know that formula is F ratio is the MSSB. This is the this, and MSSW. This is the this. So 43.33 divided by 2.4. So we get F ratio value is 18.16. So after F ratio, next and last step of one-way ANOVA, that is interpretation step. Interpretation step of ANOVA is very important because in this step we find out the final result, and based on these results we decide our null hypothesis is accepted or rejected. So in the interpretation of F ratio, so we find out, so F is the k minus 1 into n minus 1. This. So we know that k is the number of groups, n is number of sample. So 3 minus 1, that is 2. So this is the 2. Degree of freedom for variance between groups, and 12 in the last step of one-way table. So in this table, find out the calculated value. After the calculated value, we find out the tabulated value from F table, Fisher's table. So first find out the degree of freedom between groups and within groups. Then by using of F table, so tabulated value is 18.16. F value, this is the calculated value, and these are the tabulated value. So tabulated value 8.05 means 5% level. That is result is 4.46, and 8.01, that means 1% of level. The F value is 8.2. So now our important step in this procedure, that is the interpretation. Now compare tabulated value and F tabulated value as well as calculated value. So we can see in this slide, this is the calculated value. So F calculated value and F tabulated value. Now we compare between two values. If calculated value is greater than tabulated value, so now if the obtained F value is greater than the table value 8.01 level of significance, the null hypothesis is rejected at both the levels of the significance. We can see in these slides, because at the 5% level of significance, the F value is 4.46, which is lower than calculated value, and this is the 8.02, which is also less than calculated value. So in the both case, at 5% level of significance and 1% of level of significance, in both of case, the null hypothesis is rejected. That if null hypothesis is rejected, that means it can be interpreted that there is higher significant difference among these groups. Groups may be teaching, groups may be salary, groups may be any other factor. So in our example, we opted method is teaching. It means null hypothesis is rejected. That means uh, alternative hypothesis accepted, or alternative hypothesis accepted means higher significant difference. And in general, we know that teaching methods are highly correlated, highly significant difference between teaching methods. If students learning only from uh, classes, then and it is better as compared to other methods if student having discussion, question answers. So this is the one example for one-way ANOVA. Now two-way ANOVA. So two-way ANOVA is also same as one-way ANOVA, because one-way ANOVA is also based on the hypothesis, and two-way ANOVA is also hypothesis based set. So however, in the two-way ANOVA, each sample is defined in two ways and resultingly put into two categorical groups. So thinking again of our Wolvers, these are the researchers might use a two-way ANOVA if their question is, are walruses heavier in early or late mating season, and does they depend on the gender of the walrus? So it is depend on the gender or not. So for checking and what are the how much correlated, how much significantly or not. So for checking more than two groups, so using of two-way ANOVA. So in this example, both month is mating season and gender of walrus are factor. It means there are two factors. So meaning in total, the overall conclusion of this, to there are two factors. One is month is mating season, and second is gender of walrus, male or female. So once again, each factor's number of groups must be considered. For gender, there will be only two groups, male or female. The two-way ANOVA therefore examines the effect of two factors, which two factors? First is month and second is gender, on a dependent variable. In this case, weight. Weight are changes according to month, weight are changes according to gender. We check out. So and also examines whether the two factors affect each other to influence the continuous variable. So in this case, what are the hypotheses of two-way ANOVA? Because the two-way ANOVA consider the effect of two categorical factors and the effect of the categorical factor on each other. There are three pairs of null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis for the two-way ANOVA. Here we present for our Wolvers experiments, where month of mating season and gender are the two independent variables. So for this case, three pairs of null hypothesis and alternative. So first null hypothesis H0 and H or 1. So H0 first is the means of all month group are equal. Alternative hypothesis, the mean of at least one month group is different. Second pair of hypothesis is the mean of the gender group are equal. Alternative, the mean of gender groups are different. And third pair of hypothesis is there is no interaction between the month and gender. Or alternative hypothesis, there is interaction between the month and gender. So this is the idea about the two-way analysis of variance. Now discuss with another example what are the difference between the one-way or two-way. So a two-way ANOVA, we know that two-way ANOVA is an extension of the one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA, two-way refers number of independent variables. Short form is IV. Independent variables in ANOVA. So first we discuss about the one-way and second is two-way. Comparison between one-way and two-way ANOVA. So one-way ANOVA has one independent variable with two or more groups. In previous examples, our one independent variable, that is the teaching method. Teaching methods are three groups for learning, second question answer, and third is student learning from the library. In this example, teaching methods is the independent variable and three levels are there. First is lecture method, second lecture cum demonstration method, and third is video based teaching method. So one-way ANOVA discuss on one independent variables and for within groups and between groups. Now two-way ANOVA has two independent variables with two or more groups or levels. So in this case, two independent variables. First is teaching method and second is intelligence. So teaching method also having three levels: lecture, second lecture cum demonstration, third video based teaching. And intelligence according to high, average, and low. Learning of student, the find out the intelligence of student according to different teaching methods and what are the significant or not. Now with a one-way, you have one independent variable affecting a dependent variable. So this is the one independent variable, teaching method, and three levels. So three levels means three dependent variable: lecture method, lecture cum demonstration method, and video based. These are the different scores of students according to study. And now second is with a two-way ANOVA, there are two independent variables. These are three level of teaching method and these are the three level of intelligence. So we check between this and so the benefit of one way or two-way ANOVA as compared to one way, because we can see in this in two-way ANOVA, treatment groups are all possible combination of the factors. This and this, this and this, this and this, and this. So all directions, two directions. So in one-way ANOVA, we get only main effect, but two-way ANOVA, we get main effect as well as interaction effect. Interaction effect means between two different independent variables. So we can see in this 3 by 3 factors are 9. So these are the null hypothesis and as well as alternative hypothesis. So we know that 3 pairs are formed for find out two-way ANOVA value. So first null hypothesis is there is no significant independent effect of independent variable for uh, first group. First is the teaching method. So independent effect on dependent variable. Dependent variable is academic achievement, means which student is perform better and better, or which student are perform loose or weak. So second alternative hypothesis, there is a no significant independent effect of on TV. So this is the second factor. This is the first factor. First factor is teaching method. Second factor is intelligence, and our dependent variable is efficiency of students, result of students, academic achievements, fail or pass. So based on teaching method, based on intelligence, and third is there is no significant interaction effect of this and this on this. What are the common interaction effect on academic results, achievements of students? So the two-way ANOVA prepare 3 pair of null, uh, 3 hypotheses. So the benefit of two-way ANOVA, that is the we find out the main effect also, as well as interaction effect. So there is no possibility, no facility in one-way ANOVA interaction. Is how and how. So this is the better as compared to one-way ANOVA. This is the two-way ANOVA table, which is similar to one-way ANOVA also. So in the first column, source of variation for the first factor, independent variable first, independent variable second, जो भी different factors हैं, and interaction between both factors, same, within, and total. So find out the degree of freedom for factors first, independent variable A. So we find out the column -1, independent variable B, degree of freedom for independent variable B, that is the row -1. So these are the summary table for ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. Then sum of squares, mean of sum of square. So we find out these value calculated. This find out the this divided by this to find out the this value, and for this divided by this, and this divided by this. So these are the value, and same as this. We get a mean sum of square within groups. So interaction and main effect, and in this case three uh, three hypotheses form. So all three hypotheses result get f1 calculated value, f2 calculated value, and f3. So how find out the how calculated f1? So we know that f is the ratio of within divided by groups. So now these are the according to this table, we will solve one solved problem in further slides. So before solving the two-way ANOVA, what are the assumptions for two-way ANOVA? So dependent variable should be continuous. That is measured on a scale which can be subdivided using increment. Independent variables should be in categorical independent groups. Sample independency, that each sample has been drawn independently of the other sample. Variance equality. Normality. So normal distribution also important. When to use two-way ANOVA? Then measurement variable. One measurement variable, that is the quantitative variable, and two nominal variables. The other word, if our experiment has a quantitative outcome and we have two categorical explanatory variables, a two-way ANOVA is appropriate as compared to one way. For example, we want to find out if there is an interaction effect of teaching method and intelligence level at academic achievement. The academic achievement is the outcome or the variable that can be measured, and it is independent variable in this case. So intelligence and teaching methods are two variables. There are also the independent variables to each other. So this is the steps to solve two-way ANOVA. The first step is find out the correction factor. Second, SST, SSBA, SSBB, SSB, interaction, SS cell, SSW. Prepare the ANOVA table, two-way ANOVA table, and find out the degree of freedom. Variance estimates, mean sum of squares, and last is second last is F ratio. And finally, important terms is interpretation of the results. Now, one solved examples for better understanding of two-way ANOVA, which is solved one by one, step by step. So, in this example, the experiment is conducted to study the effectiveness of two methods. First method is teaching method. Two methods in the teaching method, lecture method and lecture cum demonstration. So in the real life applications, that means in the industry, like chemical industries and like sugar mills and different high level high scale industries using these techniques, because there are a lot of variables, factors, and further different levels. For one factor, more than 10 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and different. So those problems are not solved by the manually, because we can solve manually, but time consuming. So for the solving these problems by help of some softwares like SPSS, MATLAB, Minitab, and many more. So, but in education, UG educations, for the solving some type of numericals, so just give one, two, or three levels, and in also level samples are very less, 4 or 5. So maximum data set are around 30. So it may be solved easily and within time. So in this case, after experiment, test was administered on 6 groups: group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6. Group each has 5 students. The obtained scores are organized in tabular form as shown below. In this case, we have 6 groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all groups having 5 students scored. So find out the first of all, this is the standard summary table for 2-way ANOVA. So first of all, find out the SSB. Before SSB, what is this? What is this? So we can solve one by one. First step is correction factor. So we can see in this is the our problem table. So correction factor, the formula for correction factor, this summation of x whole square divided by capital N. Capital N is total number of samples. So we have 6 groups and every group having 5 data set. So 5 into 6, that is the 30. And at 30 is the summation of x whole square, that is the 8, this value, and final result is 2963.33. So 22,963.3 value for the correction factor. Now find out the total sum of square with help of correction factor. The formula is SST equal to summation of xi whole square minus c. So in this, we find out the squares of all observation, square of 42, square of 31, square this, and sum. After the sum, value is this, and c is this, and this is the 5058.68 value for total sum of square. Now second is sum of square between groups or columns denoted by SSBA. A is first factor and factor first is teaching. So solve this. This is the formula summation of group 1 whole square, group 2 whole square divided by n minus c. So then solve all values and add of this, square this, add of this, square this, and finally result is 23,838.13 minus 22,963.33. So we get result is 874.8. And next is sum of square of cells. So we have 6 cells, and first find out the summation of each cell. So first cell being 149, second 222, and after that square of all cells and after the adding. So the result of sum of square of cell is 36.27, 3636. Next is sum of squares between rows SSB. So within groups, find out the rows value calculated for in the rows value. In this case, calculate in column value using column methods, and in this using row methods. And pattern is same, just add of these and square this, add of all these and square this, add all and square this. So result is 2,696.07. Next is sum of square of interaction SSI. So we know that sum of square for cell equal to sum of square between B group and A group, between groups B and A plus SSI. So just mathematical formula, SSI equal to this minus this and sum of this. This minus sum of this. So we have already get the value for this and this and this. So SSI, sum of square of interaction, which is different. So the value is 65.40. Now next, sum of square within SSW. So we can see in this, we know that total sum of square equal to sum SSBC for cell and SSW means yeah. So we can show rearranging this equation. This is SW this and this. So we already find out the value of SST and value of SSBC. So 1422.41. So after that, we draw two-way ANOVA table and these value put in the table. So this is our two-way ANOVA table. So we already find out the SSBA, SSB, SSB interaction, SS cell, SSW, SST. So in according to our problem, so what are the degree of freedom? So degree of freedom for independent variable for past teaching methods. So find method is column minus 1. So we have two column. First column for the we can see first column shows the lecture method. Second column shows the lecture cum demonstration method. So we have two column. So 2 minus 1, that means 1. So degree of freedom of independent variable A is 1. Degree of freedom independent variable B, that means rho minus 1. So we have three level, low level, average level, high level. So we have three level, 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 equal to 2. So degree of freedom independent variable B is 2 and degree of freedom independent variable A equal to 1. And next is degree of freedom for interaction A and B. So formula is column minus 1 into row minus 1. So column minus 1 equal to 1 and row minus 1 equal to 2. So degree of freedom for interaction A and B is 2. Now cells, degree of freedom for cells. Formula is number of cell minus 1. So according to our problem, how many cells are there? We have 6 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it means 6 minus 1. So result is degree of freedom for cell, that is 5. And last is within groups. So n minus number of cells. So n means total number of samples. So we have 6. We have 6 cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all cell having 5 observations, 5 samples. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equal to 30. It means degree of freedom within factors. So 30 minus number of cell. Number of cell is 6. It means 24. So, and last is n minus 1, the 29. So, after the find out the degree of freedom, then find out the mean sum of square. So, next step is degree of freedom. So, how calculated of degree of freedom for different sorts of variations. So, these are the results: 1, 2, 5, 24. And after this, next step is find out the MSS for independent variable first, for independent variable second, and interaction. These value already find out the different sum of squares. So we have these value, we have these values. Now find out the mean of sum of square. So we know that mean of sum square is equal to this divided by this divided by this divided by this. So result is this. So this divided by this divided by this divided by this. Now next and second last step of two-way ANOVA, find out the calculated value, F calculated value. This. So find out the F value for two-way ANOVA. The mathematical formula of F tabulated value for this divided by this means this divided by this divided by this, and for this divided by this, for this divided by this. So 874.8 divided by 59.26 is equal to this value. So F calculated value for independent variable A is 14.76. F calculated value for independent variable B is 22.74, and F calculated value for 0.55 for interaction A and B. So we have framed three null hypotheses for the two-way ANOVA. So now interpretation in the next step is interpretation of the results. So interpretation for all three hypothesis, null hypothesis, and compare the calculated value and tabulated value for these degree of freedom, and check our null hypothesis is accepted or rejected. So last step, that is 12 number, interpretation of F ratio. So these value find out the based on calculation with manually, and so these are the calculated value, these are the tabulated value at 5% level of significance, and these values 1% level of significance. So now compare between uh, calculated value and tabulated value. We can see in this calculated value is for this 14.76 is greater than 4.26, and next is 22.74 is also greater than 3.40, but this is less than is compared to this. So this f value to 1 and 24, the significant at one level of 1 or 2, one level of significance, see, level of significance. But in the last case, f value 2 and 24 degree of freedom not significant, even at 5% level of significance. So for both cases is less than, and all these both cases is greater than. These are accepted, and here is not significant. So these are the basic procedure of one-way and two-way ANOVA by using of manually methods. And second part of today's lecture is ANCOVA. ANCOVA is analysis of covariance. So analysis of covariance is according to name, ANCOVA, ANOVA plus covariance. So that is ANCOVA. So this is the COVA, COVA, and ANOVA. So analysis of covariance provides a way of statistical controlling the linear effect of variables one does not want to examine in a study. Basically, the basic definition of ANCOVA is ANCOVA stands for analysis of covariance, is an extended form of ANOVA that eliminates the effect of one or more interval scaled extraneous variable from the dependent variable before carrying out research. It is the midpoint between ANOVA and regression analysis, wherein one variable in two or more population can be compared while considering the variability of other variables. So, for example, pre-test scores are used as covariants in pre and post-test design. So, ANOVA, that means group means, and ANCOVA adjusted means adjust for the covariant. So, this technique is appropriate when the metric independent variable is linearly associated with the dependent variable and not to the other factors. So it is based on certain assumptions which are there is some relationship between dependent and uncontrolled. So dependent variable and covariant variables should be measured on a continuous scale. It may be interval or ratio level. So independent variables should consist of two or more categorical independent groups. Observation should be independent, normally distributed, homogeneity of variance. Covariant should be linearly. This is very should be linearly related to the dependent variable at each level of independent variable. There should be no significant homogeneity having the same scatter. When we plot the scatter plot, the covariant dependent variable, independent variable, the same scatter, homogeneity of regression, slope, no interaction between the covariant. So, according our discussion, so the basically key differences between ANOVA and UNCOVA. So first difference is the points given below are substantial so far as the difference between ANOVA and UNCOVA is concerned. First is the technique of identifying the variance among the means of multiple groups of homogeneity is known as analysis of variance, which is called ANOVA. But a statistical process which is used to take off the impact of one or more metric scale undesirable variable from dependent variable before undertaking research, that is called ANCOVA, while ANOVA use both linear and non-linear model. On the contrary, UNCOVA uses only linear model. ANOVA entails only categorical independent variables. It means factors. For example, against it, UNCOVA encompasses categorical and metric independent variables. A covariant is not taken into account in ANOVA, but in UNCOVA, covariant is considered. ANOVA characteristics between group variation exclusively to treatment. In contrast, UNCOVA divides between group variation to treatment and so finally, ANOVA exhibits within group variations, particularly to individual differences, unlike UNCOVA that bifurcates within group variance in individual differences and covariant. So finally, conclusion of today's lectures. So ANOVA is used to test the means of two groups. On the other hand, UNCOVA is advanced form of analysis of variance that combines both of ANOVA and regression analysis. So regression analysis discussed and will discuss by another faculty, another experts. So therefore, with the above discussion, you might be clear on the differences between the two statistical techniques. So now, thank you. Thank you, sir.